I also thought the level design is the level design in the Silent Hill thing is something that really needs to change. You know, earlier on in the other games, the fog was kind of necessary because drawing distances were limited, and you couldn't go in many buildings. You couldn't interact with a lot of the scenery. The level design was very, I won't say linear, but you were stuck kind of going on the places they wanted you to go to. There was not a lot of space to wander. And it's the same way in this game. It feels really, really strange when you're walking down the street and you can't interact with anything. Every door you'll run across, it'll say, "This lock is jammed, I can't open it," or "This door is locked, I can't open it." So you'll be constantly running down the street, trying doors, and they're always jammed. Like, how many doors can be jammed in one building? Like, why are they jammed? What the fuck is going on? Like after 6 months, every door just rusts shut. I don't get that. I would just like a lot more interactivity with the levels, the ability to wander, explore, kind of maybe like break into a store and make makeshift weapons. Alone in the Dark actually was kind of, I bashed that game a lot, but you know, you could really go into places and crack stuff open and make weapons, make makeshift weapons. It was a step in the right direction. Silent Hill feels really limited when it comes to the amount of interaction you have with the scenery. It just kind of feels like I'm constantly going where it wants me to go. It feels really artificial. Kind of the same way with Grand Theft Auto, in the sense that you can't go into buildings. You can't. There's so much to do in Grand Theft Auto, and yet there are so many doors that are locked. You know, so you're really restricted in your choice of what you can do. Also, the endings. I'm not going to tell you what the endings are. Don't worry. But the endings for Homecoming are terrible. They are just pathetic. They're like 10-second tacked-on endings that basically resolve nothing, and in some cases are actually very confusing. You kind of watch the game and go, "That's it. That's the ending I got. After all that, that's how you send me off? Is this lame-ass ending?" And yeah, I mean it's all the game has got. So it's kind of got these very trippy, very strange endings, which are good if you had used if they would have used them as kind of cutscenes in the game. If they had made a real ending and used the scenes they used as endings as just different scenes, like very like hallucinatory dream sequences, it might have not have been as bad. But they really needed to work on a more satisfying closure to this game. It's kind of too focused on the multiple endings. I used to really like the multiple endings for these games. Like Silent Hill 1 actually had a really good ending. I think it's the worst possible ending in Silent Hill 1 where you win, but if you did everything wrong, it fades up and your character is kind of slumped over the wheel of the car and the horn is blaring, and I was like, that was cool. You never got out of the car. That whole thing you saw was just kind of like your final moments before death. I thought that was really cool. But they kind of lean on it too much in this game, where they kind of give like these really fuck you endings. You know, they give you these endings that are just kind of Twilight Zone-y for the sake of being Twilight Zone-y. It makes more sense if you've seen the endings, I guess. I'm kind of rambling about this, but the endings are not good. And I'll tell you, I actually got the UFO ending as in my first playthrough as the natural ending. The UFO ending, which is supposed to be like the joke entry of the series, I got that on my first playthrough. I was pissed. Okay? You know, there was like no way I was going to go play through that game again to get a serious ending when you give me the fucking UFO ending. Are you serious? Save points are really few and far between, although I didn't have as much problem with that as a lot of people complained about, because I don't suck at video games, and I did pretty well. So I mean, I died a few times, and yeah, you have to go back, but the game is not that hard. In fact, I would say it's probably too easy. If you're good at this type of game, play it on the hard. You'll find it's not too hard. I don't know how many health packs I had at the end of the game. I thought the bosses were pretty predictable and pretty weak. But that's Silent Hill. Also, I hate to say this because I'm a big fan, I think we've kind of played out Silent Hill. I think it's done. I think it's over. I actually thought Silent Hill 3 was the logical conclusion to the series. I didn't think there was much more we could do when it comes to Silent Hill. Story's kind of been told, and Homecoming does not contribute that much to the overall story. It kind of makes references, but that's all they seem like, are just, hey, you made a reference to a previous game. That's cute. That's all it seemed like. The towns, you don't start in Silent Hill, but I felt the towns weren't all that distinct. I thought the level choices, the level design is kind of getting played. How many times can we go through a hospital? How many times can we go through a spooky hotel? How many times can we go through a prison or a spooky house? I guess that's kind of an indictment of the survival horror genre in general, and you'd be right. I think there needs to be some kind of revolution when it comes to the survival horror thing. I think we've kind of said everything that needs to be said when it comes to these games. I think Silent Hill is done. Is there anything new we can really bring to this series? I don't think so. When it comes to Resident Evil, I thought Resident Evil actually did a very good job of revolutionizing the series by telling a new story, by bringing something else other than the fucking T-virus. A lot of people hated that. They felt that was a betrayal of the series. I thought it was good. I thought we were bringing something new. Again, that's just me. Silent Hill, I think we kind of need to branch out if we're going to continue it at all. I think that's all I have to say about that one. I would give it a rental. You can beat it in about a day or two. There's not a lot to it. If you like the game, if you like survival horror, you'll like this one. It's kind of a weak recommendation, although I would recommend it if you're a fan. I guess that's my generalization for that series. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I've probably gone on too long about this, but I hope that was informative. I hope that was more helpful than other reviews you might see on TV. I think you guys might be able to trust me a little more than other people, although I get the sense I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for bashing Resident Evil, Silent Hill, all that. But anyway, thanks for listening. I hope to have more updates very soon. Just play Mystery Disc until then. I think there's a lot of gameplay value in there. Check out the website. I'm going to be adding stuff to the website. I think I might actually do another movie review. Also, I have like 2 big surprises in store for you guys. Probably the biggest surprises in the history of the website. I get so much mail about the surprise I'm going to crack on you. So I think you guys are going to love it, but stay tuned, keep watching. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the videos. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the old videos. And if you guys want to send me a message, I'm always available on the website. I don't respond to private messages that much just because I'm so busy. Like, I'm working all the time. But I do answer when I can. It's just hard to sift through it all. But my discussion forums are a very active community, and they're very friendly. So, except for Wes, I think he's kind of creepy. But anyway, I'm going to go for now. Thank you for listening, and good night.